Hello and welcome to session 92 of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. How's everyone doing?
Very
Not
good.
bad, not bad.
Good stuff. Well, let's just get straight into it, shall we? So last we left our heroes. You just returned to the gloom after rescuing Cascis from the Shadow March, the realm of the dead. You'd entered through a well of ascension that had been opened through a ritual started by Evada, Eorlix, which Cascis had sort of stepped into and sort of accepted almost, and was killed halfway through with a disintegrate ray. But as Cascis's soul could not have two masters, he was trapped between the realm of the living and the dead. And his fate was to be determined by Nerizatar and Lady Selin, both who have a claim to his soul, which ended up causing a bit of a legal issue, which Cascis masterfully exploited in being able to get out of the prison and into a nice room, along with Roxanne, who was also under Nerizatar's protection, so to speak. But managing to sneak into the tower dressed as scions of Nerizatar, you ended up. Where are we? You ended up breaking a machine of sorts, right? That you came across. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my notes. Yeah, you broke a machine after sneaking into the tower, which also contained Elira, Calcifer's wife. But knowing that she couldn't just be running around out, you put her in the bag of holding for protection.
As you do.
Yeah. So you managed to sabotage the machine so that when Nerizatar tried to use his godly powers, it would feed back and destroy the machine, potentially also releasing whatever monster that was being exploited to run it. There was some sort of like astral being trapped within there as well. But as Nerizatar sort of called everyone to the throne room and sort of announced the compromise that he had made with Lady Selin's diplomats, including what's his name? The Castian, there we go. Including Castian, he basically was like, "No, fuck this. I'm going to do it all myself," and attempted to kill the devils. But because of the machine being sabotaged, Nerizatar's powers stopped at that moment, allowing Lady Selin to enter his realm and basically cause a bit of an invasion almost, as her legions flooded into the room, fighting off the scions, and draining all the power from Nerizatar before just sort of turning his body to dust before your very eyes. You fought your way out and made your way back to the gloom. So, as you return back to the gloom, climbing back up that big drop with the ropes that you'd laid down the Well of Ascension, returning back to Kulakan's vault, and I guess exiting through the nearest exit, stepping over the bodies of the dead, including Evada Eorlix, to make your way back to the kind of familiar-ish spiderweb woods. There is a silence in the air. Nick says, "Well, we're back. What? We've been away for a few days now, right? I mean, what do we plan to do?"
Well, we had to get we have to go back there at some point, right? We've got to get that construct sorted. But I believe. Well, we also need to find that weapon, don't we? The weapon that evil spider lady wanted.
What was the ascension Sight, not it.
Maybe, but we need something that can deal with that guardian back down there. The warden.
Does Cascus feel like he still has any of the latent power from the Well of Ascension in him, or with the passing of Neruzatar kind of, and his grip on him, does he feel like there's not really much in him anymore?
Make an Arcana check.
Yep. Arcana. That was pretty terrible. 22.
As you sort of breathe in the sort of cold air of the gloom, realizing that you're back on mortal soil, back in the mortal realm, you sort of try and glean the source of your power, see whether you feel any connection to the realm of the dead or Lady Selene. Whilst you still feel the kind of fire flowing through your veins, there is something else that is there. Something that might be hard to reach, might require a bit of practice. But a part of you definitely seems, and more that it is sort of more the part of you that was hit by the disintegrate ray.
Which part was hit with?
Like, I guess your chest.
Oh, right.
Sort of like rub your hand across it, and you feel almost numb there. Like everywhere else, there's a kind of heat. So there's certainly a part of you which is cold. Not quite sure whether it's linked to Neruzatar though. There definitely seems to be some sort of latent power within you, but it might need some experimenting with.
Okay. Orcascus says, Sion, I think the thing in that room was whatever the source of the weapon. And I do feel a bit strange. I'm not sure what it means at this point, but perhaps not is all lost with the weapon. But I fear there is nothing left here to find.
Well, that does leave us with the problem of the construct, though.
Well, I mean, I guess we keep looking around.
I guess so.
Could we not ask the assistance of the warden nearby if we manage to free them?
Maybe, but that requires finding a way through. I believe there was like a haze or a darkness around here that would be difficult to get through. There was a reason the spider lady wanted us to get this weapon.
I mean, I think she just wanted to ascend, right?
I think so.
Nick says, it is worth remembering that a lot of Narsamel's power comes from Vesh, but remember that it was Neruzatar's power that was controlling those shards. Perhaps with Neruzatar gone, the wardens are going to be not as protected.
I don't trust that he's gone. Someone with plans this far in the making, I don't think would be taken down as easily as he was.
Maybe
I
not
think if
gone.
anything, Lady Selene would have imprisoned him. I do not think he would have escaped that situation, but I do not... I get the... I sense Lady Selene is a creature who values power. And to hold a creature of like Neruzatar in her midst would be useful, even if not just for her ego.
I reckon even if he ain't gone, he ain't the pseudo god that he was before. Just a regular super powerful lich
I
What
don't trust this.
was the big thing that blew up? Like, do we know it was like his phylactery?
There was the machine, which you assume it probably wasn't his phylactery. Make a make some sort of religion or law check, I guess.
I
You got,
wasn't.
like-
I mean, I can do it, but I wasn't there when I didn't know they destroyed the thing until they mentioned it.
Yeah. Well, if someone wants to do a religion check, they can.
I would like to do that. I am a master of religion.
Okay.
30.
Yeah, so you know that liches tend to keep their phylacteries very far away from wherever they are at all times.
Hmm.
Like the even though he had ascended past that kind of stage of lichdom, the phylactery is still there to reconstitute his body, so to speak. So even if his godly body, his ascended form had been destroyed, like in a month's time, he might reform somewhere. It could be anywhere across the plains.
Would I know if liches would generally only have one phylactery, or if you can have multiple?
You can only have one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's sort of like for the anchor point of where your soul will always return to.
All right.
Like obviously any smart lich would put it at the bottom of a volcano in a different plane somewhere. Like, you know, like it's gonna be very hard to find, but he can always have that as a fallback just in case, and it would be very dumb for him to have not done that.
I thought the book was his phylactery anyway.
That was a sort of pseudo phylactery.
Right. Okay.
So he can like project his power through it, but that's not where his power sort of is linked.
Not his backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shot he's going to keep his phylactery around where he is. That'd be a bit pointless.
Well, at the very least, Nick says we don't have to worry about him for the time being.
Maybe we should have a look at this ward and then see if we can get through to her any easier.
How much of the vault did we actually explore?
Yeah, you explored a fair bit, but there's plenty of like different tunnels and areas that you didn't go to. I mean, it's probably coming up to the end of the day now, but if you wanted to spend the night kind of resting and just exploring around, you can do that and then head off back in the morning.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. Okay, so looking around, you realize after a little bit that Vasiri had been with you and had gone down into the Shadow March with you, and then he sort of must have just lost his way at some point because he's not here.
Oh, fuck my life. Okay.
Now, was he with us when we climbed back up the rope? Does anyone remember?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't with
He
you.
wasn't in the fight, was he?
He wasn't in the fight either.
Oh.
Is he back in the afterlife? Are we gonna have to go back?
Where was the last time you saw him?
Make a perception check. All of you can. Except for you. Oh yeah, except for you.
23.
You definitely remember him crossing the river with you.
Oh. Huh. Did we forget about him?
But you don't quite remember on the journey. I think towards the tower after the river. I think at some point there he must have vanished.
What did the river? When I crossed it, the channel man said there was a price to pay, but you all seem to joke a little bit about that. What was the price?
I don't remember.
Honestly, not really sure if he was just fucking with us or not. Because he told us we'd already paid it.
Would we know
Maybe
that?
he just really wanted to see living folks again, and we did that, and he was just going about his business.
Yeah, it was a memory, right?
Yeah, he really gave the impression that it was like a memory that's real important to us.
Is huh. Well, we wouldn't forget the existence. So clearly, did not forget his existence, but perhaps a conversation with him. You were forced to forget.
I mean, he's not that important to us, right? Nick says.
Well,
Nix! He's our friend!
I'm just being honest.
I do.
I mean, you know, from like a you know, cold, calculated, pure utility standpoint, he knows a lot of shit, and he's pretty handy.
He is pretty handy, yeah. Well, like, he's the one that knows all about that weird fucking library that may or may not be friendly, depending on who you ask.
Well,
Also, he's our friend.
do we need to go down and help him?
I guess we gotta have a look for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure Isolde will be too happy with us if we were just like, oh yeah, I think we might have left him in the afterlife. Didn't look for him. Just figured he'd find his own way. We still got that flute.
No, he broke that.
Oh shit.
As you kind of look back down at the dais where the Well of Ascension had been opened, you realize now that where there was the large sort of portal, I guess, so to speak, there's now just a small little trickle of water, like an underground river that has replaced it.
Okay.
The portal seems to have closed.
Don't suppose anyone remembers how to fire this thing up.
Well, you could try and kill me again.
Okay.
As wonderful as that sounds, I don't think that'll work.
And Ara, do you know disintegrate, right?
Yeah,
Just
but
hold still.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea either. That said, if anyone could get out of the afterlife, you know, it would be him.
Next says, Cascus, didn't you say that Castian wanted you to, trap Visiri?
It's in Vesh's prison.
Ooh.
What if Lady Selin grabbed him?
Oh no.
Maybe.
Are we gonna have to do a rescue mission?
Well, we do not know this. It is just an idea, no? He could be in a million places. Yes, he. The reason why was that Vance was I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Carry on talking. I don't remember why. What he said.
Right. Well, distracting Ruzatar, we had to just get lucky and have that Lady Selin show up. So I guess in order to distract her, if we wanted to rescue someone from under her grasp, we need some other massive like archdevil or something to come in and have beef with her. So Cascus, you got your soul to any other like massive planar powers, otherworldly beings?
Not that I'm aware of, but
No eldritch horrors, maybe.
Well, I imagine angels could work if we had any on side. Are angels a thing?
Not apart from Ank.
Aww.
As you're looking around the vault, can everyone make me a perception check, please?
Sure.
$31.
Okay.
Sorry, perception.
36.
Chaos Case is deep in thought, so you might skip this one. The tree, it was early in this, wasn't it? I think I have recalled now. He was just sat there, like, put his finger to his chin, thinking for a while. I seem to recall that Castian telling me that Viseri is from a similar realm to the Gloom, and that he is spoken for as well. I think that tracks with what we understood. Apparently, Viseri has not been fulfilling what he has supposed to be doing, a little bit like myself. Yes, I think Viseri was the kind of chief prize of Ashigal, because he was the last Rakshasa. And if Viseri was to ever come into contact with one of the demons, Zadimerian would likely fall to pieces. So it is if Lady Selen has Viseri, it is an insurance policy against her own continued dominion over those realms. But I suppose that the difficult part for her is that Viseri is immortal, no? So, how long can that continue?
So, Viseri was behind on his taxes, is what I'm getting.
And was well, the debt collector has come to collect. In this case, his freedom. Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess that's something that we're kind of forced to think about later, because I don't know of any way to get to.
Radoror?
No, I don't know how to get there, unless any of you do.
I think so.
I think there's spells that do it right. What, plane shift?
There must be a way
I
for
only
me.
have banishment.
I imagine Lady Selen would be quite keen to see me, so perhaps if I was to make enough noise, we could get ourselves to Radolora. We might be in chains when we get there, but
I feel like if we're being taken to Radorolora, quote unquote, against our will, that we won't really find ourselves in a position to help anyone out, really. I feel like they would have contingencies against that.
in that case, perhaps after this business here is concluded, we might be able to find people who are well adept with devils and devil kind, and may find.
You can. I have business elsewhere.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, what did everyone get on their perception?
I didn't actually do that one now.
I got a 36. Henning got a 40 as a nat 20.
Okay. All right, Henning. As you're sort of just having a look around, just going down a passage off to the side, nestled across a bunch of old boxes, seems to be like a locked little jewelry box of some sort. It's black with gold etching all around it, and it's got 4 gold, like maybe 2-inch gold legs. The whole thing is maybe about, I don't know, 8 inches across in size. It's very small.
I want to. Can I pick it up and open it?
It's locked.
Cyan.
Oh, sorry, kind of cool.
Give it here.
Here you go.
All right, I'm gonna try and pick it.
Okay, thievery check, please.
That is a 33.
All right. So after just shimmying the lock a little bit, it clicks open, and inside, on a kind of satin pillow, is a little ring, gold, with kind of a flat top, and it's got what seems to be some sort of etchings, I guess, in sort of ancient Elven. And the etchings themselves seem to be almost have like a kind of a red hue to them.
I want to show the etchings to Nyx to see if she can make any sense of them.
All right, I'll just do a quick roll. Nyx looks at this and says, "It says here that this ring, it's got a it's got a name on it. It looks like Kulakan." But there's something magical about it. It seems to have a kind of necromantic magic attuned to it. I'm not sure what it is, what it does.
Sorry, did you say necromantic?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyone got any kind of identifying spells? I don't want to, put this on and then suddenly, oh, I'm all cursedy worsty.
Yeah, I have like. I mean, I have identify the skill.
Yeah, cool. What do you need to do for that?
It's just an Arcana check, and then the thing that I have means that I can't get a crit fail.
Okay. Make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, 26.
26. I'm pretty sure that's a fail. Just bear with me a sec. Yeah, that's a fail. You seem to be unable to identify what it is.
Okay.
It seems like it definitely has a strong, powerful necromantic energy coming off it. And as you sort of look at it a bit deeper, it seems to be not as weighty as if it was like fully gold, almost as if there is a hollow compartment within it, of some sort.
When can I try again another time with the identify?
I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
I think that's GM's discretion.
I'd say if you get like if you don't know it, you just don't know it. But if your circumstances change, like you're in a library or you have someone around you who might be able to work out what it is. But both Nyx and you don't seem to know what it is. Other than that, Cyan, as you're walking around, you see that near where the jewelry box was found, kind of nestled deep within a bunch of boxes that seem to be placed on top of it, seems to be a partially dismantled golem. Seems to be a iron golem with gems in its eyes, kind of half sat up, but powered off.
I think I might have an idea as to what that ring does.
Okay.
I think it's like a control ring or something like that. I could be completely talking out of my ass, but its proximity to a friend here.
It would make
Although
sense,
it looks,
no?
yeah.
You know?
Although it looks like he would need to be put back together.
Could it be any golem or just this golem?
Well, considering we were sent to here to pick it up, I think it's just this golem.
We were not sent here just for this ring.
The ring's got Kulakan's name on it.
Yes, but there's lots of things with Kulakan's name on it. No, this is his workshop.
Control golems like we did in Emerald City.
Probably, yes. I think the thing we were sent here by Ivada, was it Ivada? Ivada was the Ascension room. Anything else we find now is just stuff used by the inhabitants here when they were doing their mining and whatnot. And it is useful to have golems, as a means to defend your authority here. And so I imagine the enforcers use them.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things they could have used him for, maybe as a laborer.
Exactly, I agree. Maybe.
Maybe a guard, a warrior.
So the point stands that I think it is probably relatively safe to use.
Alright, who wants to put on the fancy ring?
I would like not to do that.
Maybe.
Okay, so we got a maybe from Henning. Anyone else with any stronger feelings about the ring?
I will probably burn the golem. It is not good to have things near me, as you will know.
Calcifer? Oh wait, no, Calcifer is away at the moment.
Here's a dog.
Henning, let's
I guess
let's give you a go.
Okay. Sure.
You're going to put the ring on.
Yeah.
All right. So as you slip the ring over your finger, as it kind of locks into place, you feel like almost like a zap or like a little spike coming out of it on the bottom side into your finger, and then you taste copper in your mouth.
Oh god, I'm dying. I'm dying.
You all watch as Henning seems to have almost like a almost youthful look about him. The kind of wrinkles or like sun damage slightly clearing up, his skin becoming even a bit more paler. And you watch at the top of the ring, a little bit of blood trickles out of the words that say Kulakan, and sort of just like and sort of drip a little bit off the ring itself, almost as if it's seeping through the words. You have fast healing and regeneration.
Sick.
Which is this.
Nice.
Nice.
And then you also have this.
So you have a pretty cool ring.
Pretty cool ring.
Then suddenly the golem, sort of begins to shake slightly. The two gems in its eyes glow, and the leg and the arm that were kind of half detached suddenly reconnect to it. It just sits up and then begins to sort of clamber to its feet before standing at attention. Reporting for service.
Oh, this is gonna be good. So, Mr. Golem, do you have a name?
I have been reformatted, it says. You are welcome to give me a name.
Tricky. What should we call him? Got to call him something.
It's your choice.
Um, Rocky. We will call you Rocky.
Rocky, at your service, Master Kulakan.
Oh no. Oh, well, that's fine. Well, we've got Golem in our service now. Isn't that cool?
What does he do?
Oh, don't know. Let's ask. What can you do? Give some examples.
I am here for your service. I can do everything except for make beds. I tend to break them.
Oh, he can't make beds, but he can do anything else, apparently.
Can you get your arm back on?
That's a great idea. Can you put your arm back on?
Sort of looks down at the arm on the floor and zoom, it sort of magnetically just reconnects with a thunk.
Oh, this is very cool.
Internal stability at 100%.
Well,
Can you fight?
Yes. Are you a fighter? Can you fight?
I was designed to be a unkillable death machine. Yes,
I'm going to
I can fight.
Yeah, that'll be a yes then. Brilliant. Well, what a win. We've now got an unstoppable death machine at our disposal. Brilliant.
Is he good at forging? We did kind of pick him up for a reason.
Fine. Can you forge things?
Of course.
There you go. Brilliant.
Cool.
The golem sort of is standing at attention, but you notice as you take a few steps back, it sort of always stands within 6 feet of you, just sort of thumping just behind you.
You don't have to stay that close the whole time, I promise. It's fine.
Please identify parameters of how far you would like me to stand.
Well, when we're not fighting anything, maybe I don't know, 10 feet back.
Understood. Rewriting internal circuitry.
A little bit uncomfortable having him that close, so I won't lie.
Also looking around, you find nearby in a box what seems to be a compass of some sort. Clockwork, some sort of clockwork machine inside. And as you open it up, it does definitely have a compass face on it, but there seems to be loads of like low-powered glowing blue gems all around, almost as if it's like part clock, part compass. You're not quite sure what it's for, but in the center, just above where the compass hand kind of thing is, there's like a little button in the center.
Can we ask the golem what it is?
You can ask.
Rocky, what is that?
That is your chronicler wayfinder, Master Kulakan.
Oh, but just remind me what that does again?
The chronicler wayfinder gives you information about the various planes of existence.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's cool.
You need only ask it a question, and it will. If it knows the answer, it will give it.
Oh. Well, what should we ask?
How many? How many? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Are you asking that?
Yeah.
You press the button in the center and ask it, and the blue gems sort of glow a little bit, and then a little hologram comes out, almost of a bunch of clockwork cogs just floating just above the machine, whirring, and then you get a little voice saying, "Undefined question."
What is an undefined question?
I believe it's a nice way of saying stupid question.
Well, maybe we try something that is on our minds and more useful. Like, how can we get to Radar Alora?
You're going to ask that.
Yeah, if I can.
It says, Radar Alora is accessible using a plane shift spell or equivalent. There are also various places on Erd which can get you there. Would you like assistance?
Absolutely. Where is the nearest?
It whirs a little bit. There is
We
a
are
portal
currently
in.
in the gloom.
There is a portal in Nivorlis.
Where's that?
That is this city up here.
Oh yeah. This is okay, right in that place, which we're going to be going to anyway. Okay. This is very useful. It is like a big book.
Yeah.
Don't suppose.
It's like a.
Sorry, you go.
Nah, you go.
I don't suppose your this thing has the plane shift spell in there somewhere, or as it's otherwise more recently known, interplanar teleport.
It says, I am fitted with a spell storage component. However, there is no current spell stored in my device.
What kind of
How
spells?
do you store a spell?
You may simply cast the spell and hold the button down at the same time.
Can you just cast it once you cast it?
I can hold up to 3 spells.
Do they regenerate, or is it only ones you put in?
They must be manually added.
What level of spell can you take?
I can take up to level 10.
Oh my.
Oh.
I'd like
Oh.
to add a spell.
Please hold down the button and cast your spell.
How long
Okay.
can spells stay in there?
Yeah, how long does the spell stay in there?
Undefined question.
And if I cast a spell, then you can cast that spell.
I am not doing the casting. I am simply storing its effect.
Like releasing it.
Okay. I'm gonna cast project image into it.
Okay. So you hold down the button, and you cast project image as normal. However, when you finish the spell, instead of the spell immediately being cast, the gems glow slightly brighter.
I'll just leave that when I need to use it.
Wait, so that'll be. Huh. So with that spell, do you know what spell's in you right now? Do you know how it works?
Undefined question.
I think it would be okay if you ask to release the effect. I mean, I would not recommend it, but no.
I'm just curious whether it's going to project an image of itself, or of you?
Want to try it?
When you release a spell that has been inserted into you, are you considered the caster for the purposes of that spell?
No. I am not the caster. I simply release the effect.
So, with project image, this spell, if you were really far away from me, could I still cast my spell through that and then still, if it was, no,
There must always be someone in contact with the Wayfinder.
okay, I see.
I can see this being very useful.
Another question, if I may. What when we have been to different planes, each leader of that domain has this giant portal. Lots of souls go towards it. From your memory bank, do you know what these devices are?
You're asking about the Shadow March?
Well, yes, the Shadow March, but also we had stories from I think it was Mona who told us about it, about a similar situation in another realm.
Let me just have a quick check. After a moment, it says, it is common for multiplanar beings to use souls as currency.
I see. That was very spark notesy. I don't know what that is, but
It's just a saying from wherever you're from.
exactly. Lots of electrical magic people. Okay. Well, perhaps we should move from here for a bit.
Yeah.
What did everyone else get on their checks? All right. Just among the rest of you, you find what seems to be like a hunter's snare of some sort, made of wood, with thick, kind of square, thorny spines, like half retracted into it. But because the device is kind of unset at the moment, it's not. They don't pop out. But if you were to like click it into place, and then it would be armed, and then so you found a bleeding spines snare.
That sounds positively pleasant.
And then you also find a sapling shield greater, which is one of these.
So great.
Yeah, it's like a little buckler made of wood that has like a little image of a sapling on the front.
Mm.
Nyx explains what it is, and she says, yes, these were used for a long time by rangers who suddenly needed cover. It's too heavy to bring tower shields into the wilderness with you. So you bring these, and they grow into a mighty tower shield when used.
Fascinating.
That is quite useful. Big bonus to see. Who would like it?
Yeah, I'll pass on that one.
Maybe, we just keep some things in storage for when we have a better idea.
I could use a shield. I don't know, at some point.
Yeah, I mean, if you want it, you want it.
Wait, do you not have a shield?
I did actually.
Oh.
I did. I had one, but I was just having a look. I definitely bought one. But I can't see it on my list. Oh yeah, because I got a shield HP. Where is it? Yeah, spell guard shield I've got. Anyway. So let's put that in storage then for a little bit, and then
How about Elira? Maybe you hang on to this. If shit breaks out, hide behind it.
yeah,
Oh, sorry. Yes. Elira says, "Yes, I suppose I need something to keep me protected."
Not sure what else we really have.
Have we had a rest yet?
Not yet.
Hopefully before long we can get you back to the maybe get you back to the forward base, and then they can keep you safe there.
I might have some stuff. Let me have a look.
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be good to have you with us for all of this. I don't think you'll enjoy being stuffed into the bag of holding at short notice every few hours.
Well, if you've got somewhere with a hot meal, yeah, I'll definitely be up for that.
Yeah, definitely nicer than
Definition of hot.
Warm, at least. Fire cooked. Sounds good.
Yeah, you'll be safer and more comfortable there than you will with us.
Just, if you wind up wounding yourself, keep it away from the other elves.
Nick says, Henning, why don't you ask the chronicler about that ring? Let's see if he knows anything.
Oh, yeah. What did I miss? Why does Henning have like fast healing and stuff now?
And a golem of death.
And a golem?
Yeah.
that can answer any question you want, basically.
No, the chronicler can answer the question. The golem can't. Golem's an idiot.
So Henning basically found a ring next to a dismantled golem, and he put it on. Some blood kind of leaked out of it, and spiked him. Is giving him some sort of like magical regeneration as well as giving him control over the golem, who sort of like came alive because of that.
Henning's the tank now.
And sorry, what was the name the golem kept calling me?
Kulakan.
Kulakan. Anything some Kulakan. But yes, I will ask the.
Which you 100% are.
Yes, I am. Nobody forget this.
At the very least, the golem says, you will be.
Oh.
That's ominous.
No. Care to explain
Elaborate?
what you mean by that? Elaborate. Thank you.
Undefined question.
No. Don't you want to find question me?
Are you going to ask the chronicler about it?
Yeah, I'll ask the chronicler what he meant by that.
The chronicler says, you have come into contact with a heart blood ring.
Yes.
Explain what a
Please
heart blood
explain.
ring is.
Explain what it does and what it's going to do to me, please.
A heart blood ring is used by powerful necromancers in order to turn victims into themselves.
Oh
Ah.
no!
Oh, oh dear.
There are four stages of the transformation. You are currently in stage 1.
Are you able to take that off?
Probably gonna say no, but I'll try.
Can we chop his finger off?
I mean, I guess that's better than the
I
alternative. but
suggest we chop your finger off, my friend.
Maybe if we could try and find another way of getting it off.
No, I think we chop your
No,
finger
No.
we have to take your finger off.
No,
Would you
just
like an
wait.
elaboration of the 4 stages?
Yes, please. Everyone. What happens?
Stage 1 lasts for 1 week. You have fast healing. Stage 2 lasts for 1 month. You will gain low light vision or dark vision if your ancestry already has low light vision. You will become doomed.
Oh god!
You will develop a pallor and a dislike of bright light, especially sunlight. If you are suddenly exposed to bright light, you are then dazzled. While in an area of sunlight, you will remain dazzled until 6 seconds after the exposure ends. Normal food will become unsatisfying, and you will have the urges to consume blood.
He's gonna become a vampire. What?
Oh.
And when confronted with the opportunity to consume blood, you must have a strong will to avoid it. If you die at this stage or higher, your body becomes a bloody mist that sinks 6 feet into the ground. The 3rd night thereafter, you will rise from the earth as the creator of the ring. Stage 3.
Oh my god!
That's just stage 2. Stage 3, which will last for a month. You will gain full dark vision and now will have superiorly fast healing. A death effect cannot automatically kill you or kill you faster.
How long
You will also be slowed while in sunlight. Your shadow will become wispy. Your reflection in mirrors will become ghostly. And stage 4, you die.
Ah. Guys, I think I fucked up.
I think you're doing well. I think this is great.
Right.
Would removing the ring via chopping my finger off remove the effect?
Just bear with me.
But then you couldn't control the golem.
Well, that's the least of my concerns.
Well, that's a question actually. Is control of the golem contingent on the ring?
I think so.
The golem is bound to the ring.
Okay.
Do you have to wear the ring?
I would rather like to know about the chopping off of the finger.
If the ring is removed, you will immediately go to stage 4.
Oh no.
No,
that's
no.
bad. Oh.
Do not chop my finger off.
Technically, if we chop the finger off, the ring hasn't been removed.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I don't really want to pin my existence
On a
that.
maybe.
So how do you save the individual with the ring on and prevent this from happening? I'm asking that to the Chronicle.
I imagine you don't put the ring on in the first place.
I swear to God, if it says that, I'm smashing it up.
When in contact with a cursed item, it is prudent to work out the full details before you put it on.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, all right, okay. But is there a way to fix this?
A sufficiently advanced dispel magic may work.
Hanira?
How advanced?
Just bear with me a sec.
Does the watch guy say this?
Thinking.
Calibrating.
8th level or higher.
Okay.
Well, we're going. we're getting there, right?
Yeah, so maybe in a few weeks when I learn that level, we can do it.
Well, I've got about a month, so I mean,
Yeah, you've got 2 months and a week.
How long was the
besides,
third stage? You didn't say that.
First stage is a week.
Third,
Second
yeah.
stage is a month. Third stage is a month.
Oh,
okay. Well, we've got time.
maybe we'll find someone who can cast that before Hinera has to.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Otherwise, shit.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. Well,
But in the meantime, it says, look at the bright sides.
yes, I suppose I do heal rather quickly. I feel great.
I mean, you can still dispel it if you've got a 7th level one. You just have to roll a little better, right? Wait, I mean, you just have to. It's just a bit harder.
Yeah, I could try. Now, if we're gonna be having a little rest here, which I think that we should.
Also, if we dispel it now, then how are we going to get this golem back to Kulakan?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
True.
Also, Kulakan might be able to undo it, right, if he made the
No,
ring.
it's not Kulakan. What's his name?
Oh no, Kazenki.
Kazenki. I think.
Kazenki. He might know something about this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
I imagine he'll want the ring in order to use the golem.
Yeah.
Or, so do we know exactly how everything about this ring? Because I know it's like a rules of ring item.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Heartblood ring.
Well, there is one other way. If you can get stronger than presumably Kulakan if he made it. Then, well, some shit will still happen, but you'll still be you.
I think that's a major if. This guy had a well of ascension in the back of his vault.
We're doing a lot of ifs regarding my future.
Yeah.
If we can stop.
Yeah.
Look,
it's
I'm just
fine.
look whenever when you're looking for a path out of a bad situation, you need to look at all the paths, and then being optimistic, you just need one of them to succeed. So either we dispel it, or you get more powerful than Kulakan, or some other way.
Or
Oh god, I'm
we
going to die.
we just let you become a vampire, and it'd be funny.
But it won't be me. I wouldn't mind so much if it was still me.
Well, is it still you, or is it you but controlled by him?
Do you want to ask the
That's-
chronicler?
I'll ask
Yeah.
I'll ask the Chronicle.
The chronicler says,
Be right back.
if the creator of the ring has been destroyed or is dead, there will it says the potency of the ring is unknown.
Okay. So killing them has an unknown effect. So it could either free me or also still kill me. Brilliant.
It will definitely still kill you, but
Oh.
whether you come back alive is unknown.
But if we can get it,
Okay.
if we can get it off you, and maybe put it onto one of the Zulgath, then wait a week, and then kill them. Then not only will you have, your faculties all to yourself, we'll also have Kulakan back, potentially.
Hang on. We need to think about that though. We're
Is that
talking
good?
about a guy who had a well of ascension in the back of his vault.
You make
and
a
is
strong
apparently
point.
a very powerful necromancer.
Yeah. Look, I'm just asking questions here, right? I'm just putting out options. I'm not saying it's a good option, but it is an option. I'm just saying, I carried around the unconscious body of that Zorgath in there. My wife had to hear it. She had to share a bag of holding with it for a while. Are we saying that's for nothing?
I mean, also, it would be kind of shitty to just override someone's will like that. You know? Like, that's kind of fucked up.
Mm.
I mean, the Zulgath is like currently comatose in your bag of holding.
Oh, he's like fully comatose. See, when you said unconscious, I thought he was just out.
No, it's like every couple of hours, just like bonk him on the head again.
What
Not
terrible
just
people.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like dying 20.
Yeah, this is but you know, yeah, I mean, maybe if we learn a bit more about this Coolacan guy before committing to anything like that.
Alright, so you can have a rest in the vault then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright, so yeah, with the rest of the Zorgath having either fled or been killed, there is an eerie kind of quiet in the vault. The Well of Ascension now having closed, there doesn't seem to be that much around. You can stay up for watches if you want, or just go to sleep. It's your choice.
Probably do watches.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would want to do that as well.
Alright,
Sure.
who's gonna go first then?
I can take one of the watches.
I can go
can go
first.
first.
Oh.
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you
you
wanna go
probably need two anyway. So.
Alright, fine, we'll both do it.
All right, make me perception checks. Is there anything you want to talk about whilst you're just waiting around?
Sure. Just a moment. Let me just do my check.
Very perceptive today.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Ah.
I, however,
I can't see anything. Can someone turn a light on in there?
So,
So,
the gloom.
the gloom. It's very gloomy.
It is.
Very
What
sad.
are you thinking of doing when we're out of here?
Well, still need to kill Vera. There's that.
Yes.
Been waiting to do that. You know, that sort of thing, revenge, that, all that good stuff. You? I imagine much the same.
They, to my knowledge, they still have Ignis back there in that tower, so I need to get to him. But I have to understand that I've dragged everyone around with me all over the place, and we've got some pretty pressing problems. At the same time, it's not like I can really wait for him. So it might just be I have to go on my own there.
Well, if need be, if it's that, you need to.
If there's a chance my mother's alive as well, I'll have to go to his city.
What I would say to that is, though, every time somebody has left the party, something bad has happened. And then the rest of the party has to come and help them. So just bear that in mind.
I get that, but I also don't want to have to drag everyone around on to something that
But
they
we
have.
may
other
inevitably have to come and save you anyway.
Yeah, it's just, if It's a matter of it's where I need to go next. If you guys decide to go somewhere else, I'll have to go on my own.
I still
It's
have
not something
the.
I can hold back.
I suppose. I still have the problem of getting Mr. Grumpy Pants out of this sword as well.
And yourself out of that ring.
Out of this, yes, that's now also a problem.
You're a swirling tale of things being trapped in things.
Yes, yeah, I'm not doing too well at freeing myself of inevitable doom at the
No.
moment.
If anything, you're getting worse at it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have put that ring on.
You.
That was
I
that was
mean,
not a good. But you let me do it.
I didn't know what it would do in my defense.
Well, neither did I. That's why I put it on.
And also, I don't think we could have carried our friend Rocky all the way just
No.
with our hands. I don't think it would have fit in the bag of holding either.
No, would have been a bit of a mission.
Yeah.
And also, it does mean we do have a massive killer golem with us. So if we do run into any trouble, we've got that on
Yeah.
our side. For now, anyway, until I inevitably die.
Well, everyone dies eventually. Unless
Yes,
you're a
but
lich.
I'm a little bit worried about what happens after I die with this whole thing. Am I enslaved somewhere? Just nothing. I don't know. A little bit worried about that one.
Well, by what it told you that your body would sink 6 foot underground, and then 3 days later you'd return either as Kulakan or a vampire of some sort. So
Well, if I return as him, then am I dead still?
I mean, it would be fitting. You are the new prophet after all.
That's true. I
You would
I
feed
forgot.
the left side, wouldn't it?
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've trapped yourself there as well.
oh yeah, I can't really go back there. Not a
No.
good idea.
I mean,
Also,
you
when
could
we
try
get
to.
back there, who knows what we're going to find?
Yeah. I imagine you may have caused a small religious conflict.
Oh well, maybe. Depends if any of them were alive to, get back and tell tale. It did very much instruct them to kill all of them, so it's whether any of them made it back.
But also, you're a human.
That's true.
A lot of the more traditional elves may not like you very much. And
Well,
may decide that you're not the new prophet and try to kill you for heresy.
well, they all saw what only they could presume as,
Not every elf was in that room.
well, there was enough in there to tell the tale.
Yeah. Still, I don't think it's something you should lean into very much. I think that would only cause problems.
Quite like the idea though.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, the power that I felt in that moment was really nice.
Careful with
It's
that.
good.
If you wind up becoming a tyrant, I might have to stab you.
That's not really my power, to be fancy. I got a taste of it for a moment.
What a swerve.
That was quite something.
You know, I don't want you to turn evil, is what I'm saying.
That's not evil. I don't think I did anything particularly evil. They were going to kill me.
No,
I
but
just defended myself.
you know what they say about power and absolute power and what have
Look.
you.
Vance isn't going to give me that again, so I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
all right, well,
Yeah.
let's take a break there, shall we? And we'll come back in 15 minutes.
Cool.
Okie doke.
I desperately need the loo.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Kids.
Cooler kids.
Be right back. Hello, and welcome back. So just before the break, the party were just exploring the last of Kulikan's vault before they leave for the night, and you were just taking a rest. So Henning and Cyan, your watch goes very smoothly. Nothing happens. Who wants to go next?
I'll go with Calcifer.
Sure.
As you kind of sit there, Elira comes over and says, "Do you mind if I sit up with you?"
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you do mind? Okay, I'll leave.
Go away.
No, this is my work wife.
Aw.
Oh no.
No, Richard said that, not Casper.
Divorce proceedings incoming. All right, do you want to do perception check?
Sure.
37.
31.
As Elira sits there, I think the weight of everything that's happened is starting to show on her face. Starting to look a little bit shell-shocked. Looking around this dank crypt, so to speak, this vault surrounded with dead Zulgath, and just the kind of light of a small little fire, I guess, that you made. She says, "Oh, this place is horrible. I
Yeah.
can't believe that this happened to us."
Yeah. I'd kind of hoped that when I got you back, I'd be able to pull you into not this. That, would bring you back and then we'd be off home and get our life back. But, well, opportunity arose and, well, I hope you don't have any hard feelings that I took it.
I'm just so confused because I don't remember what happened before I died, and
Anything?
well, I remember we were by the beach and everything was normal, and Reginald was there and Amelia, and that's the last I remember. And now years have passed and they've probably all grown up and you've left and now you're here, and this isn't even the same world. It's just you mentioned that you're in Adana.
Yeah.
Like, what caused you to leave Eshmalan?
Well, when your body was found, well, when I found your body, I'll spare you the details, but it kind of seemed like the murder weapon was some of my tools. So, pretty clear what was who was going to take the fall for that. So I had to get out. I was hoping come to Port Edrin, make some money, get pay for some way to bring you back. They're pretty loosey goosey with all the magic stuff in over there. Thought maybe I could build up some money and sort it out, but it didn't really work out. Wasn't really building anywhere near enough. Then met these lot. Now we're rich as fuck, but ended up not marrying.
Do you know who tried to set you up?
No idea. I'm hoping when we get out of here, maybe we can hire some private investigators, get a good legal team, head back over. Or if we have to, get the kids out. And
where are they at the moment? Who are they staying with?
They're with my brother.
Oh, Doriani.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sure they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What for?
Well, if it had been the other way around, I don't think I would have been able to do that. Literally, what? Go to the afterlife and pull your body out of a crazy machine under the nose of a god.
You'd have figured a way.
Okay. She looks back down at her little ration.
Yeah, don't undersell yourself.
Well, next time, huh? I'll get you next time. And she looks over at you, Hanera, and says, "Are you from here? Not this like dungeon, but
I'm sort of from here. Do you know where this is?
you mentioned something about a gloom, but I don't really."
Yeah, so I'm from McCates.
The Elven Lands.
The Elven Lands. And this is like a weird extra dimension of the Elven Land. But I'm not directly from here. But I am kind of from here.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your home. I guess.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we go outside, if we look up, we might be able to see it if it's not cloudy.
Yeah, we're kind of on a different planet.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like Adana and then the gloom, which is where we are, and they're kind of like, and he just like holds up his hands side by side. They're kind of like just facing each other at the moment.
Oh shit.
Not entirely sure how that works, how they don't just fall and smack into each other, but that seems to be what's going on right now. So yeah, we've got to figure out a way to split them back apart, get back up there, and hopefully then get home.
That should be easy, right?
Yeah, we got here, so we can get home, right?
Are you gonna leave the group when you get home?
Well,
You go and be with your family.
I've got a family to get back to, right? It's been what, 2 years?
Yeah?
God. Who knows how long this is going to take to sort out. This war could be going on for another decade.
All right. So, as the night progresses, eventually, gone.
I still have one more thing to say. This is
yeah.
what Calcifer, I wanted to let you know that I've been learning Orcish so you can feel more at home.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I got a book from a library ages ago. Not a library, a bookshop, ages ago. And I've just been practicing, like when we're doing watches or when we've been traveling.
I mean, that's That's quite sweet, but you know,
Quite
you know,
right.
common is actually like my primary language, right?
Yeah. I just thought it'd be fun to have an extra way to
Yeah.
communicate.
Like my parents spoke it a bit. That's how I know it. But like, I grew up speaking common. Just to be clear.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll be better than you then. We'll have to have some. I have to teach
An orc off.
you.
I'm more orc than you because I can speak orc.
Lokta. Yeah. All right. So as
Elora, what's it? Elora? Laura? Sorry, what's
Elira.
your wife's name? Elira. I think she's hitting on him.
she laughs. No, she's not. All right. Yeah. As the night progresses, yeah, nothing particularly happens. I'll just skip us to the next day. So you wake up, nice and refreshed. The now kind of rotting Zorgath corpses around you.
Is everything
Lovely.
back at full then?
Yes, you had a comfortable night's rest. There's enough pillows around from what's his name? Manaraj? No, it was the other guy. I don't know. But yeah, you had enough comfy things to make yourself comfortable for the night. And a kind of last precursory sort of wrap up of just what you found. You have also found some, extra stuff. I'll just give you. There is a tattoo, sort of scroll that shows you how to do a magical tattoo on yourself.
Cassius can do oh no, he could do magical tattoos. I don't think he can anymore. Sorry.
For a worm on the wing, greater tattoo. A wand of mental purification.
Is there a list for this?
I'm just putting the things in the chat. You can feel free to make a list. That is a 3rd level. And then you also find some holy prayer beads. And they are greater as well.
This guy's vault is fucking sick.
So you can cast Bless or Heal once each day. And if you are casting divine spells from your spell slots and you hold the greater holy prayer beads, you can recover 1d4 hit points.
Well, that's quite useful. Let's do that.
And then the list of spells are the 4th level versions of Bless, Divine Wrath, Heal, Neutralize Poison, and Remove Disease. And you can cast once of each of those per day.
Are you taking that, Cascus?
I think so, yeah. Because if I can use heal already, right? So, and most of my spells are divine. Yeah, do I need to attune with that, or?
It will, I think so. Oh no, you have to hold it. I don't think you have to attune to it.
Just hold them.
You have to have a hand free for it.
Oh, sorry, the beads don't transform or function for an evil spellcaster.
Evil is a very strong word, Richard. I prefer to say conflicted.
Yeah, they seem to be to do with the trespasser. All right. So I guess packing up your things. and leaving the vault. The iron golem stomping behind you, Henning. Making your way back up to the entrance. Which direction did you want to go? Did you want to go back to the camp, or did you want to head off to the warden?
I don't know.
I think we should. I think we should go to the warden.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should take Elira to the camp.
Yeah, I'd quite like to get Elira back to safety. At least relative safety.
Is she not safer with us?
Think about
I
where
worry
we
a
go.
little bit about.
You just died.
Yeah,
I know, but we didn't
we're
die.
not safe with us.
I just worry a little bit about the vampires. I know they have enough blood for quite. I'm not sure I trust.
You're cutting out again, Cascus.
Sorry. I was just saying I don't trust the vampires.
Yeah.
I know we have enough blood like stuff for it to be probably fine, but yeah.
Also, we don't know how long it'll take Naruzata to sort this stuff out. We need to get these wardens done as quickly as possible.
Roxanne, what do you think? You're with us.
Who are you asking?
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Oh yeah, Roxanne.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was here.
Sorry, guys.
Oh shit!
I was just having a nap all night.
It's almost like
And,
when you stood perfectly still and went invisible.
Oh, I could be very stealthy, surprisingly.
Yeah.
What did you ask? What did you want?
He has no idea what we're doing now.
I have no clue. I've never been here
He's
before.
just like.
I've
Maybe
already
he's
been
just-
free for like years.
I mean, if we go now to the rocks, whereas if we go back to camp, he will not. I mean, this is a legendary. No.
Yeah, what you looking to
Legendary
do,
what?
Roxanne? You looking to stick with us and help out with this stuff, or stick back at camp?
Well, I mean, if you give me the directions to the camp, I don't mind escorting your lovely lady. I'll keep her well protected.
Just as a weird mechanical question, what is Roxon ancestry-wise regarding PF2? Because there aren't Goliaths.
He's a Goliath, but yeah, a giant folk or something. I don't know. I have to look.
Big person.
Right, okay. He's a big person.
Just tall.
He says, if you want to go off to do whatever you want, I'm kind of keen to catch up with Morna, to be honest.
Do you know where
So,
you're going?
No, that's why I want you to go. I can find my way around a forest, but I need to be pointed in the general direction.
That way.
I think we should all go back to the camp.
Yeah,
No offense, Roxanne. I don't know you.
yeah, same. I'm sure there's all sorts of mammoth-related stories and stuff, but yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Roxon, you killed mammoths.
Oh yes.
You should tell us all about it.
Yeah, he's already done that. No, you don't need more.
Yeah, you
Are
were
you,
saying you were saying
I
about
haven't
it.
heard it.
I think you were saying something about it in your sleep last night.
I was just practicing. It's fine. So do you want to head to the camp then?
Well,
That's-
what does everyone want to do? Like, let's vote.
I think going to the warden is the best idea.
Henning?
Whatever gets this ring off my finger fastest.
Not helpful here. I think you are the deciding vote.
Oh. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Let's go to the warden. Oh, sorry. It's your deciding vote, Henning. Well, clearly it wasn't. Clearly I made the wrong decision.
Roxanne says, "Well, I'm gonna go to the camp." So.
Oh, so Elira, what do you want to do? Do you want to go with him or
Well,
come with us?
I prefer to get to safety than run
Yeah.
towards danger, but
I think Roxon's a trustworthy fellow. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, look at the size of it.
I mean, I think there's also the fact that Calcifer just got his wife back, and now he's having to say goodbye to her again, entrusting her safety to someone he's never met.
Nick
Fine,
says,
let's go to the stupid camp.
Yeah, Nick says, well, it's only a day's trek to the camp. I mean, it's not going to put us too far behind, I think.
Yeah, I think we should go to the camp then.
Can we teleport there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Can
could
Rocky
teleport.
teleport?
Elira says.
You've had it this whole time.
Sorry, that's because I haven't said it yet, but we're still...
Can Rocky, can
anything
you
yet.
teleport? You could teleport, right?
Suppose if he held the spell.
No,
If we
that's
hold
the
your
one
hand.
I can hold the spell.
How many things can you teleport?
I feel like it's like 8 or something.
Up to 4 targets.
Oh, it's not 8.
Well, I suppose you could cast teleport into this golem, and then the golem could take Elira and Roxon back.
Do I have to go?
I don't
No.
know.
Targets appear at...
You and
You
targets.
put it into the Wayfinder.
Yeah, it says you and the targets are instantly transported to any locations.
Yeah.
I could put it into the Wayfinder. But then wouldn't I still be casting it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't. I guess it just wouldn't transport you if you're just not close enough for it to go off. So the others would be transported there.
I thought want to make sure they get there. I could always teleport myself and Elira and Roxanne back to the camp, and then in like a few hours or so, teleport myself to the
Back
warden.
here.
Or Nick says we could all walk to the camp and then teleport to the warden tomorrow, or when you next have it up, or even straight away. I mean, we could just teleport there or nearby, right?
We do also need to hand this construct off to Kazenki. So we could drop him off and then teleport to the warden.
Okay. If that is the will of the group, fine by me.
All right, so you're all going to walk, are you?
Yep.
All right. So upon leaving the vault and heading through the dark, sort of dead woods, the tops of which are covered in spider's webs over the canopy. It's a lot quieter than it was before. You don't feel like there's spiders following you everywhere you're walking. After Ivada's death, you imagine that they've just gone back to their animal form, and probably will soon all starve. Because of lack of things in the woods. Who's leading the group?
Who's got the best perception sign, isn't it?
Yep, I just roll like piss, but you know it's highest.
Can you make me a perception check, just as you're making your way through the forest?
All right, here we go. 33.
Cool. Yeah, it's a trail back to the base that you're used to at this point. You made this journey a few times now, so it's easy to navigate around. And yeah, you hear no signs of life in the forest. Just the crunching of dead twigs underneath your boots, as you make your way through. A day later or so of traveling. Is there anything you want to do or talk about or on the way?
Is it kind of weird that we kind of robbed sentience from these creatures?
No.
It was a cruel existence for them in the first place. They were not free. They were obedient to the whims of a creature.
Okay.
I think
Still
in this
feels
line of
weird.
in this line of work, it is a cruel world. No, there are no winners. Not really.
Yeah, but you can choose to be less cruel if you can.
Sure, but you cannot. The consequences of that choice is not necessarily something you can dictate. In this case, we made the choice.
Vance says, the only thing that I think those spiders deserved is a big ball of fire.
Well, you're also a massive prick, so...
Well,
Stop you there, Vance.
they're powerful enough as they are. Give them sentience, and they will rule the world. It would have been better to burn this whole forest down if it was me. But at the very least, they're back to their living in holes and eating mice and whatever they do. Birds.
Is that what you told Eric Tsar when he burned my city? So...
No, I let him do that. He just looks directly at you when he says it. I thought it was quite funny, to be honest.
You're a prick, and you deserve nothing short of hell.
I'm the only one keeping you from it. He looks at his fingers, his nails, and continues walking.
Charmer.
Why is he talking?
Why is he talking? Man, shut him up.
No, I thought he was no longer. We were no longer talking.
No, he's popped in and out. He's a bit
I'm
grumpy.
bored, right?
But you got so bored. Henning did some pretty atrocious things for you, and you were not happy about it. That was it.
Indeed, and he also overstepped his bounds a little bit. And you gave me your word that you were going to free me from this place, so until that happens, I have no reason to treat you with respect.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just trying to find a way.
Where'd we put that turret?
Oh, I think we left it at the vault. I'm going to pick it up at some point.
Yeah, I guess we'll pick it up along the way back.
Vance says, meanwhile, once this Narsamal business is done, you are going to free me. Hmm?
Yes.
What are you going to do when you're free?
Oh, I don't know. I'll probably leave this place, never come back.
I'm surprised.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
You've said on a few occasions you'll find our activity amusing.
Yes, it's amusing when I have some power over you. I don't find it very amusing when it's the other way around.
Would you kill us?
Make a diplomacy check.
Would you kill us, please? Put us out of our misery.
I'll use one of my 2 legend points. So it's a 40.
He stops and thinks for a moment and says, a few months ago, maybe. Not so much anymore.
Is he just saying that because he wants us to let him out, or is he being tricky?
No, he seems to be pretty... I mean, you can do it in a perception check for insight.
Alright.
But he seems to be pretty honest.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, 20.
Yeah, in his eyes, he seems... maybe in his little way, he is quite fond of you all, actually.
I don't know why. Okay. I mean, he doesn't say anything, but he he kind of believes what he's saying.
Nick says, I mean, so once this, Vance makes a good point. Once this is all done, I mean, is there anything left to do? The war is pretty much, I mean, the worst of it's over, right? And there's still, I mean, there's still Marish Kaidas, but Daeron's coalition has been defeated, and Ignis seemed to be back on the fealty of the Emperor, and
I'm thinking New World Order, you know? We have all this money in this city, let's do something with it.
I'd rather not rule people. I just have a man to kill and a mother to save. That's
Okay.
it.
Suit yourself. I'll join you with that, Caspian.
Okay, so you just let me know where you're going to do all that, well, war, and I'll get myself and my family about as far away from that as I can.
I never said we would need to use war.
Money
So
buys.
just a new world order with no bloodshed. When's that ever happened before?
You know, we just need a bit of money. It's fine. A few promises, and what could go wrong?
Regardless of money, people tend to value their freedom quite highly.
I suppose another problem we do have is that currently there is a bit of an imbalance in the cosmic, scales of the universe. I don't really think I'm your person to fix the problem, but I'm a bit worried about what do they call it? Ascension Gateway, death. I don't know. I'm a bit worried about.
Oh god. There are also still all those rifts.
No rifts. The rifts have all cleared up, no?
Oh, right, yes.
I think maybe this kind of just generally gestures around to everything.
This
was
the,
kind of the end result of those rifts, right?
Yeah.
I hope it's not fucking more.
But once things are back to normal, Nick says, then what? It's going to be a bit boring without ominous world-ending threats, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
I
fucking
think
hope
we
so.
can do with boring for a bit.
Roxanne, what did you do when you left Clive 5?
lived in the Feywild. Yeah, just sort of drank wine and bashed fairies on the head.
Whoa.
We don't call them that, Roxon.
Called them what? I was talking about the Fey.
Oh, okay.
They're very annoying. They sort of pop out of nowhere, and yeah, they just need to know their place, you know.
Oh dear.
The tricksters.
Oh.
But he says, I'm quite looking forward to going home, to be honest.
What's home for you?
Oh, just my tribe, I guess. Depends what happens. I mean, I might end up, needing to do stuff. Depends what Morna wants and what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, I'm curious what Henning's gonna do about the situation, Lenora.
Yeah.
Just ignore it. Hopefully it'll go away.
I see nothing wrong happening with that.
I could return and try and take my place. You never know.
I do not think they will take kindly to you, my friends. You know very little of the place.
Yeah,
You never know.
I'm quite interested in maybe pursuing some political positions in the courts in Lenora. I was trying to leave my diplomatic life, but I quite enjoyed all the attention and the money that they had in Lenora. I power, that one as well.
To be fair, you
I
have a
could fit in
lot
well
of
there.
money regardless.
Yeah, but it's different kind of money, isn't it? It's like money and power. I wouldn't mind maybe, like setting up an embassy in Lenora for our little city that we're building.
You're building a city, Elira says. How much money do you have?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot.
I thought you were joking. I thought you'd like had come into a contract or something.
No, we're
No,
like,
we're like super fucking rich.
yeah,
I give
we're
us the money.
we are individually millionaires.
And how did you get that?
We robbed a bank.
Yeah.
She raises an eyebrow.
Don't worry, it was
the
an
bank
evil
was
bank.
being run by dickheads. Yes. It
Aren't
was
they
the
all
end.
evil? Am I right?
There we go.
The only bank that has that much money in, I don't know, would be the banking guild, right?
Yeah, they're
Yep,
evil.
that's the one. Surprisingly lax, actually.
My retirement savings are in that bank.
Well, I mean we've
Well,
got
you've
them.
made-
Retirement savings.
You've made an early withdrawal.
Yeah, how much did you have in there?
Like 200 gold.
Oh.
I think
I feel like we've just bankrupt the whole of like the economy.
Don't worry. I think we're all right.
We're gonna come back and they're just gonna be all in poverty and it's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, you just actually seen
And
as
actually-
pariahs for like
yeah.
bankrupting it.
And the lesson of the story is that rampant corporatism is important and necessary and the best thing we can do.
Yeah, the banking guild are a force for good.
Exactly, right? Fiscal responsibility is
Something-
prudence.
That's the moral of the campaign.
That's just what we're actually trying to teach the people.
Yes, trust banks.
Trust bank.
Banks are
They
good for
seem
you.
like they have a lot of money, but it's good, right?
Yes,
Yeah, no, she says, so millionaires, huh? And you're building a big city out of all that money?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
some of it.
Well, okay, well, I'll be interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, this city can be best place possible to raise the kids. Get best schools, best tech, best look over at Hanera, best arts. Hopefully, it's going to be a good place to be.
Oh yeah.
Have you got anyone moving into the city, or are you just going to build it and hope people come?
Well, that's what they say, right? Build it and they will come, probably.
We wanted to
Well-
have the Azura move in.
The Azira coming over.
We've got quite a few people coming, haven't we? Like, I
Yeah.
think we've got quite a few groups.
Yeah, like there's the
can't remember which
Azira
ones.
coming over. There's who else are coming over?
Probably a bunch of elven refugees, humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can promise them lots of work.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be lots of construction jobs at least.
It'd be like the New York of, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so continuing on, eventually you make your way up the Rocky Mountain Pass back to the base. Upon entering, getting a lot of eyes, you realize a lot of them are looking at Roxon, who towers maybe a foot above the tallest of you. Yeah, a number of the orcs and the gnomes sort of standing to attention as you return back. You see Phalar in the distance, sort of stepping forward and coming over to you. Oh my god, you're alive!
Alright, you don't have to sound so surprised.
Yeah. Like what the fuck, dude?
No, it's just that we thought that you died. I mean,
Why?
it must have just been.
What happened?
There was a rumor that had gone around that you didn't return, and one of the group, one of my group, decided to do a planar gubbins on you just to see where you were, and it said that you weren't here, and
Yeah, that was fine. We just took a small trip to the afterlife. It was.
It was a doozy, really.
Yeah.
I love that word.
oh, that fool Hager! I told him he should have waited.
Hagar is a very impulsive man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know he's your brother, but
What's he done?
Him and the group, they left. They went to Vesh's prison.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh,
Already?
God damn it.
Can you contact them? We have a contact mechanism, no? I thought we have a way to talk to them, if I remember right.
I don't have sending today.
No, I thought they had the.
I don't- you don't have-
we
you
gave
don't
them the
with-
thingies.
Do you have one with him?
I thought
It's
we
just with
gave
each
one.
other, isn't it?
Maybe Fela has it.
Oh
thought
yeah,
you
no, it
had
was
one
with
with Morna.
Morna.
I know you definitely had one with Morna. I'm not sure about with him though. She says they'll be halfway there by now. I mean,
Right, so they've headed to Nivorlis.
no, they've
Right.
headed to Vesh's prison,
Wait, where's that?
which is north of Nivorlis. It's here.
All right. Right.
But it's been 2 days on the road.
Isn't that a bit rash? I thought. Oh, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. I thought that was like final objective.
It was his only objective. He waited because of you lot.
Surprise, we're still here.
Yeah, like, surprising lack of faith there. Seriously. Didn't think we would get better after going to the afterlife.
Just behind you, coming out the tent, you hear Morna's voice. Roxanne! And Roxanne turns around, and Morna kind of runs up and gives him a hug, and he sort of kind of half picks her up, and then she's like, "No, stop that! Hey, let's get off." Roxanne's like, Morna. And Morna's looks at you all and says, "Where'd you get this one from?"
Yeah, afterlife.
Yes,
in a prison.
he was imprisoned in the afterlife.
Yeah, Narustar had him.
He went to the after. What do you mean he went to the afterlife?
He went to the afterlife.
Wait, you actually went to the Shadow March?
Yeah, we're not joking.
Yeah, like, he was properly there.
How did you get there?
It's a very long story.
And did Naruzatar not kill you?
No, it
well,
went fine.
Should we recount the tale?
You can tell her.
Yeah.
Cut to
Sort of
black.
just going out, and she says, "Oh wow, Naruzatar is a real idiot, huh?"
Yeah.
I was a little surprised by his lack of the way he approached the situation.
You'd think an ancient lich with centuries, at the very least, of knowledge, he would have his shit together, right?
He might be a lich with centuries of ancient knowledge, but he's not been a god for very long.
Really?
And there are things out there that even gods can't say no to or have control over. Hence why the trespasser is always so quiet. You have that level of power, and you don't want to, cause undue stress, I guess. That being said, now that there's no one ruling the Shadow March, we had better sort this situation out quickly. Get the trespasser back, huh?
What happens if there is no one ruling the life?
Well, a boatkeeper said he'd take over.
But
Boatkeeper.
Yeah, there's a boat keeper.
he was riding the river.
I thought they were just stories.
Have you been there before? You know, you are a disciple of the trespasser.
No, I've never been there. I mean, the trespasser was always just very keen to keep the realm of the dead away from the living. And yeah, I hoped that I'd see it one day, and didn't, have my opportunity. But I assume that whilst there's no one ruling it, there's no control over where the souls of the dead go. It's a free for all.
What could happen?
Well, if we're unlucky, something else might embed itself within it.
And if we are... I see.
If we're lucky, we'll get the trespasser back and she'll take over. Things will be the status quo, so to speak.
Where is the trespasser?
Well, I don't know. When we spoke to her, she was clearly partially alive enough. But it's something to do with these weapons. If we can get both of the weapons together and go to that tree that she mentioned, maybe we can do a ritual of some sort. But first, we need to sort the gloom out.
Yeah.
So, you've probably heard about the elves. They've gone to Vesh.
Yep.
I tried to warn them against it. I thought there's no way that they're going to make it work. But I did send a few rangers to go with them, just to keep them safe while they get there.
Yeah, I mean, now that I guess there is no Vesh. Oh wait, was the original Vesh there?
Well, Vesh is still in the prison. So Narsamel's using Vesh for some sort of power. Perhaps to keep this entire realm unstable.
If Vesh is, well, from my understanding and from what... who was it? Granted, I'm not entirely sure of reliability, but what if Vesh is not actually Vesh, but actually Naruzatar in disguise? That is what I was hearing.
Well, there's two Veshes, isn't there? There's the real Vesh, the old Vesh, and then there's...
Who's in the
holds
prison.
up air quotes, Vesh, which is actually Null, which is actually Naruzatar.
Which is actually fucking weird and gone-ish.
The Vesh, Nick says, the Vesh that's in the prison is unconscious. We put him there and made it so that he would never wake up. His essence, though, may still be being messed with in some way. So if he's killed, that might undo this. But it's risky. I mean, I think that we should have just dealt with Narsamel without going through Vesh.
Yeah,
But we can either try and beeline it towards Vesh's prison to try and get ahead of them, or we can go to the wardens and see if they can help, or go to Navorlus and...
I mean, there's no way we can get to all the wardens before they do whatever they end up doing at Vesh's prison.
Maybe we just have to accept that they have made a mistake and that their fate is now their own.
But that's not just their fate, it's everyone's fate.
Why?
Because Vesh will be rampaging around the gloom where we are.
You're assuming they win.
Depends what winning looks like, what losing looks like. might mean freeing Vesh, waking him up, undoing what's keeping him asleep, but not finishing the job. Worst case scenario, that is.
There's always the risk that, you know, the ritual that they have to kill Vesh doesn't work, and then he's awake, and I see. And Nick says, you know, Vesh won't take kindly to Narsimel either. Vesh wants to rule this place himself. He won't share power.
But we trade in one enemy for another more powerful one, most likely.
Which is why it's probably prudent to try and deal with two birds with one stone.
Okay. I will do what you think is sensible.
What do we think then? Do we try and head them off? They're already halfway. It's going to be tough catching them.
And
Nice,
yeah, that's my issue. Like, I don't see a world in which we get there before they do.
Can we like see it from here, like the general area?
No, it's too far away. But the map, yeah, how far away is it on the map? Like, as the crow flies, it's 49 miles.
I'm thinking, would he have like line of sight to somewhere in the local area to be able to teleport?
Well, you can see the opposite mountain just on the horizon.
So he could potentially just
and the
teleport to
tower
that
kind of
mountain.
like, yeah, it's like the other side of that peak though. Like a bit further up the mountain range. There's obviously the tower that you can see in the distance. That's just a bit closer.
Yeah, so we might be able to cut him off if we teleport.
That's a big might.
Mm.
There is the possibility if we help the nearest warden, they can get us there faster. Or provide us with some degree of help with what we need to sort out with Vesh. Because sorting out Vesh last time required the wardens.
Yeah. Feels a bit premature ending up going there. But, I mean, just because we go there doesn't mean we have to, you know, crack that prison open and take a crack ourselves. We could go there just to cut.
Off.
Yeah, we could just cut this group off and prevent them from doing this.
If we can convince them, that is.
I think we can do that.
There's also the question of the second weapon, Moonbreaker. That's somewhere in Nivorlus. That will come in handy to merge the weapons. Will be a big help in defeating Narsimel.
Yeah.
It was buried somewhere, was it not, the weapon? I cannot recall.
Yeah, Morna says yes. The trespasser said that it was buried in the grounds of the palace.
The palace, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully when we get close by, the Dawn Reaver will start going bloop, 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 and
sorry, do that
lead
again.
us to
I
it.
did not quite hear you.
Oh, you heard it.
No.
I didn't hear it either. Calcifer, you really need to try it again.
No, I think you should get your ears checked, mate.
Morna says our strength, although we are, you know, fairly strong, we'll never be able to do a full-on invasion of Nivorlus, but if you can sneak in, we can always cause a diversion somewhere, draw Narsimel's main forces away, hold them off whilst you get on into the palace grounds, make your way to Narsimel, try and dispatch of him, get the weapon.
A noble suggestion.
Roxon says, "Ah, yes, another suicide mission."
Would you want to join us?
No, I'll stick with the suicide mission. Actually, I think it's fine.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I just love
Suicide?
impossible odds, impossible, scary villains to distract from. Yeah, love it.
Right.
I can respect that, I think.
I think you need to see someone.
Well, I've just been in a prison for like 10 years, and a prison owned by the god of the dead, pretty much.
Yeah. Do you have any therapists in this camp?
Do therapists exist?
Morna's like, we'll try and do something. It's fine. Roxanne, how about you just go over there and sit down by the fire a little bit? Roxanne, yeah. So Roxanne goes off. Mona says, "Did you see Gideon in the tower?"
No, I did not. I must confess, I did not look for him either. I did not see him.
It's funny that
Roxon said that. Roxon, well, I was placed opposite him. I thought just crosses Gideon's mind.
Gideon's? Cascus'
mind. And I just like do like an insight check on Roxon, or like I'm suddenly just like, oh shit, have I just made a terrible mistake?
Yeah, you can do an insight check. What are you suspicious of?
That's Roxon.
I mean, you don't know Roxon, so it's hard to tell.
No, I know. I just, Cascus just reflects that it's rather convenient. That's all.
Mona says, "I know that look."
Really?
That's Roxon. He's scared, but
I just worry, that is all. Roxon, you said he was known. He is, I think. I just find it curious. Roxon was there for 8 years. I just find it curious that of all the places I am put, it is opposite you. And you clearly had not seen Gideon if he was there before the time you were there.
Are you saying this to Roxon?
Yeah.
Roxon says, "No, I didn't see Gideon at all."
To be fair, if the guy only had 2 prisoners, not that unlikely they're going to meet.
Not gonna lie, if I was a super evil god of death, and I had an extremely powerful wizard and an extremely powerful warrior who have teamed up against me before, I wouldn't really want them hanging around the same area.
Mm-hmm.
Mona says, "Well, it'd be a lot more convenient if Gideon was there as well."
Well, unfortunately, he was not, or I did not see him. Unfortunately, we were in a bit of a rush. The Naruzatar said we were chased out by. Actually, I've already explained this. You know, Lady Selen was. I did not want to hang around.
Yes, and I also noticed that you've got another compatriot you didn't leave with. He looks over to Elira.
Oh, yeah. So this is my wife.
She raises an eyebrow.
We pulled her soul out of a machine.
She gonna kill him now.
Yeah, Mona
It sounds a lot like Morna's whole deal.
Mona doesn't say anything. She narrows her eyes a little bit.
I says we don't know that though.
My hand starts moving towards the hilt of my
It's like
sword.
the trespasser said we could.
Mona says, what machine was it?
It was like this machine that like seemed to be like taking all the souls and feed them into Naruzatar to power him or something. Certainly not the usual flow of things.
That makes me think that Naruzatar didn't quite ascend the way he expected. When he had that elder box, we thought, and then heard that he had become, ruler of the Shadow March, we just thought that the elder box must have worked. But either he was looking for more power, or...
I would add that when I was in his presence, it was peculiar that he was not soothing his power. It was almost a bit like an illusion. Oh, and there was this other thing. We saw this little white rabbit on his shoulder. I don't know if that meant anything to you.
Yeah, Roxanne from across the room and says, "Oh yeah, mention the white rabbit. Go on."
There was a white rabbit on the shoulder. I don't know what it means, but I just wanted to know.
Mona says, "Thank you for bringing that to my attention."
Is that all you're going to say?
Yes.
I'm sorry, is the white rabbit important? Maybe he's just like a weird guy who really likes rabbits.
It was
I don't know.
It was quite out of place. No, I mean.
It was weird. I agree.
Thank you.
Roxanne mentioned a name.
She gives it like the labels to Roxanne.
Yes, what was the name? It was
Lloyd?
Boyd Roxanne.
That's it, Boyd.
Mona sort of just rubs her hand between it.
What is the Boyd?
She says, "It's really nothing that you need to worry about."
You're making it sound like something we have to worry.
If it's something I thought that you'd need to worry about, I'd tell you.
What else are you not telling us? What else are you not telling us?
Well, just if you see that again, thank you for letting me know. But it's really not something that you need to put too much stress into.
I'm going to be stressing about it now. Just because you said that.
Does she know what it is? Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Overdo this, can we?
She's very keen on making sure that we don't know what it is, so I'm concerned.
You as well, Calcifer.
Sure. Mm, 25.
Yeah, as far as you're aware, she either is keeping it very close to the chest or doesn't want you to know. She says, put it this way. There are certain things out there that even the most powerful gods have to play by the rules of. If you get on the wrong side of them, it goes very badly for you.
These celestials that I was told.
A bit more important than that.
More important?
Mm.
I thought the divine arbiter I was told about was it?
So, just out of curiosity, surely we should be considering that the god, right? Like, surely the god is the most powerful thing, so we should be considering this clearly very powerful rabbit god, right?
I guess it depends what's important, right? Like, if you work for a company and you have a boss, and their boss, and they have a boss, and their boss has a boss, and their boss's boss has a boss, and it goes up to like 8 levels. You don't just ignore your manager and go straight to the CEO for everything, right?
I mean, sure, but like, what's our definition of God here? Like, is it just really powerful being? Is it the thing that sets the laws of the universe? Because that's what this rabbit is sounding.
Morna sighs and says, if anything, the rabbit is more controlled by rules than any god is.
So what I'm getting is the more powerful you are, the more...
But sort of, I guess. Listen, it's really nothing to stress about because, to be perfectly honest, I don't really know how it all works either. And
I knew it.
well, like, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. I've just been around the block a few times, but you know, when it comes down to it, there's certain things that I don't want to get it too into because it would just, yeah, it might mess with how we're gonna act. And I think the most important thing is that we act decisively.
We're very good at doing that.
Speaking of acting decisively, where are we going? Are we cutting these guys off? Are we heading straight to the wardens, ignoring them? Are we just going straight into Navolis?
If we do not have time to deal with the wardens, then we do not have time to deal with them. I would prefer to. It would make our experience probably a lot less life-threatening. But if we do not have time, we do not have time.
I feel like if we just cut these guys off, we can send them back the...
I know you're cutting off a bit.
He said the way that they came.
Sorry. The way I'm looking at it is we can cut these guys off, send them back the way they came, and then go for the wardens.
Seems like the most sensible way to me. Anyone disagree?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. And what should I do with our garrison? The issue is that if you head up there, that's Narsamel's most protected area. That's where he's got the most eyes. You're the most likely to be separated from us. If he spots you, then he can send everything he's got at you.
Then we should make sure we don't get spotted.
Like, we were thinking about a preliminary attack. If you ended up getting distracted, let us know and we can do something. We can attack the tower, or we can attack a local garrison, try and distract him. But the more we show ourselves, so to speak, the more likely it is that we'll take more losses, and then our forces will be less powerful for the final encroachment.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, they have no idea you're here until the day we end this.
I think...
Could we split the party?
Stop suggesting we split the party. It's a bad idea.
Just the way I see it is that the longer we wait, the more power Narsamel is going to have, the more control over this realm he has, the more chance something can go wrong. You know, the more likelihood of us getting spotted is. Like we've managed to stay here a week or so already, and we're lucky that we haven't been spotted here yet. But at any moment we could come under attack.
On the flip side, we now have this golem for Kazenki. So hopefully that means that you guys can start getting some real serious armaments.
Great, that's good to hear.
Maybe even plate these airships up with some better protection.
Well, yes, when I spoke to Kazenki, he said that it shouldn't take very long to do that. A couple of days at best.
Well, you guys work fast.
It's the gnomes mostly. They're very handy. But
Alright.
yeah, a couple of days of maintenance and we'll be ready. But yeah, if you end up heading over to Vesh, just let us know what happens. And we'll try and keep you in touch as well.
We should probably hand this golem over before we go then.
Yeah, Enin, can you like just I guess just hand over control to someone or what? I guess we go see Kazenki. Enin?
All right. Well, let's finish here for today, I guess, and then we'll do that next time. All right.
Cool. Alright.
Cool. Thanks for playing, all.
Thanks for running.
Thanks for running.
See you next week.
Thanks.
Not
Yeah,
next
see you
week,
next
the
time.
week after next.
Yes.
Cooler kids.
Cooler kids. See you later.